Good morning, everyone. Today we will revise together chapter 15. Okay, first lesson is what are some patterns that repeat every day? What are the patterns that repeat every day in our day? Every day we wake up in the morning, right? In the morning. We wake up in the morning. Then we sleep again at night. So morning and night, it repeats every day. Those are the patterns that repeat every day and night, day and night. Okay, what happens? So the earth, okay, have day and night every day. Here's the sun. Sun is a star that made from hot glowing gases called the plasma. And the sun is very far from the earth. It is the closest star, but it is very far from the earth. Okay. Now, what happened? Because the earth is in rotation on its axis. What is the meaning of axis? It is an imaginary line. Okay, here it is, an imaginary line that goes through the center of the earth. Earth is in rotation on its axis. Earth is in rotation on its axis. So it move and move and move, spin on its axis. Because the Earth is in rotation on its axis, it goes the day and night. So Earth, here it is. Here it is the axis. Okay. It is an imaginary line goes through the center of the Earth, and the Earth spin on its axis means it is rotate on its axis. Okay, in a clockwise as the clock. Okay, different direction. Clock moves in this direction, so Earth move in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, move if the clock is moving like this, so the Earth move in the other side. Here it is the North Pole and the South Pole. North Pole here in the up and the South will be in down. Okay, let's see now here. We can say that we can see the sun in different places in the sky. Means in the morning it is low in the sky, and in the afternoon, okay, it is high to the sky up, and in the sunset it is down to the sky too. Okay, so when sunrise, okay, it is low, and afternoon it is high, sunset it is low again. Sun always rise from east and it set to west. Okay, from east to west, rise in east and set in west. Okay, why? Because the axis line and the earth is tilted, so half of the earth will be toward to the sun, okay, or facing the sun, it will have day, and the other half that are not facing the sun will have night. Okay, here it is. If I have half, okay, half of the earth is facing the sun, this half is facing the sun, so this half will have day, okay, and the other half will have night. This will be with night, and the one that lit of the sun will have daytime with sun. Okay, now let's see. We said that it rises from the east and it set on the west. Okay, in the west. The sun is moving across the sky. No, Sun, it doesn't move. We can see that the sun is moving because our earth is moving, because the earth is moving, okay, or the earth is in rotation, okay. That's why we can say, we can see the sun in the sky is move, but no, sun doesn't move. It's still in the same place. Only the earth is in rotate on its axis, okay. That's why the earth, the sun is seems for us that it is moving. And now the shadow, what happens? So this tree make shadow like this. Sunlight comes from the sun to the tree. The light want to move through the tree. Can the light move through the tree? No, it cannot. So the tree blocking the light. The tree block the sunlight or the light of the sun. Okay? When the light gets blocked by any object, it make the shadow in the opposite direction of the object. Okay? It make the shadow in the opposite direction. Means the sunlight come from this, from here, so the shadow will be there. Okay, so how the shadow happen? When the sunlight gets blocked by any object stands in the sunlight and block the way while the sun is moving, the sunlight is moving, it will make shadow. Okay, shadow, it's not the same during the day, it is different. Okay, it is different. So we said that sun rise from the east, right? So sunrise from the east in the morning, the shadow, sun is short or low in the sky, so the shadow will be long. Okay, if the sun is short or low in the sky, the shadow will be long. And sun comes from the east, shadow will go to the west. Okay, to the west, the shadow, and the sun in the east, so in the opposite direction. Then here it is in the afternoon or in midday. Okay, sun will be high in the sky, not short or low, high in the sky. So it should be opposite. Sun is high, so shadow will be short. Okay, if the sun is high, the shadow will be short. Sun is short, shadow will be long. Okay, and also here, if it is in the midday, okay, or afternoon, it is up to the sky, up, it will be very short. Can you see the distance here? Okay, it will be very short because the sun is high up to the sky. Okay, so it has a different direction through the daytime and through the daytime time. Okay, now here it is also, if it is high to the sky, it is short. Okay, shadow. If the sun, can you see here, the sun shines, okay, from the west. Now it goes to the east. Okay, now it goes to the east. Can you see? The shadow goes to the west in opposite direction. Okay, sun is in the west, shadow is in the east. So shadow follows the opposite direction of the sun. Let's move to the second lesson. Second lesson is talking about also the rotation of the earth and the revolution of it. Here it is, the axis line. We said that it is an imaginary line that goes through the center of the earth. Here it is the North Pole, and here it is the South Pole. Okay, here it is the North Pole, and here it is the South Pole. Can you see this axis line in a straight line? No, it is tilted. It is tilted. Okay, it's not straight. Means the earth like it is tilted beside. Okay, it's not stand straight. The axis line is not come from up like this. No, it's come from beside. So it is tilted. The earth tilted. So I can have here the North Pole and the South Pole. Which direction here has more light? The south. Can you see the south? It is lit in, okay, by the sun. The sun lighted the south here. But the north, it is dark. Why? Because the earth is tilted. Because the earth is tilted, okay? So the rotation of the earth on its axis cause day and night. Same as the sun in rotation on its axis, sun also in a revolution around the sun. Okay, it moving on an orbit around the sun. So it is in a revolution around the sun. Means when it makes one complete trip around the sun. Okay, one complete trip will happen in one orbit. Means it orbit the sun. The earth orbit the sun, so it makes a revolution around the sun. Okay, while it is in a revolution around the sun, it is also in rotation on itself or on its axis. Okay, it is the same. Now let's see what causes when the earth is in a revolution around the sun, what will happen? It will, okay, cause seasons to change. It will cause seasons to change. Okay, let's see now how the season change during the revolution. Can you see here? I said that this is the north and this is the south. Okay, the north and the south. Okay, up is the north and the south. Okay, now here in summer, the north half, okay, it is tilted toward to the sun. Okay, the north half, okay, it is tilted toward the sun. Okay, so here in summer here, we just erase the winter. Here it is in summer, in June, okay? Here it is the north half and the south half. Which half will be toward the sun? The north one. The north half here is tilted toward the sun. Look here, the sun shines on the north half. This half of the earth will be lit by the sun. So only the north half, because the sun is tilted, will get the sunlight. So the northern half will have summer, okay? And the south here will have not summer, will have the winter, okay? So the north half, because it lit of the sun, because the earth is tilted on its axis, okay, in the same direction in the space, so it will have the summer. Here it is in winter. Look here, here is the axis line. Here is the north half. Here is the south half. Which half will have the sunlight? The south. So I can say that the south half will have the sunlight or lit by the light of the sun. What about the north? It's not lit by the sun, it's dark. So the north will have winter in December. Okay? So when the hat is tilted toward the sun, okay, it will have summer. When it is tilted away from the sun, it will have winter. The north here, away from the sun. The north here, toward to the sun. So here we'll have winter because it is tilted away, and here the north will have summer because it's tilted toward. When the north or south is tilted toward, beginning to tilt it toward, it is spring. Beginning to tilt it away, it is fall. So beginning to tilt it toward or start to tilt toward the sun, it is spring. Start to tilt away, it is fall. Okay? Okay, let's move here to here it is in summer. In summer, the sun is high in the sky. In summer. In winter, the sun is low. Okay, we can see the sun is high in the sky or up to the sky in summer always, and it's shiny and it's very hot. And in winter, it is down to the sky. What about the hours? Okay, the hours, sunlight in June or in summer. Okay, in summer it is sunlight in summer is high to the sky. Is high to the sky in summer. In what about the daytime? It is 15 hours. 15 hours. Okay, in daytime it is 15 hours. The sunlight comes maybe means the daytime it is 15 hours and nighttime it is only 9. Okay, winter the sun is low to the sky. Okay, what about the daytime in winter? It is only 9. Means the nighttime will be 15. Spring and fall it is in the middle in the sky. Okay, the sun mid. And what about the daytime? Okay, daytime and nighttime it is equal 12. It is 12. Day and night time in spring and fall it is 12, so it is equal to each other. Okay, this is for the second lesson. Let's move to third one. Now I'll erase this one. Okay, why does the moon's shape change? Same as the earth is in rotation on its axis and it is in revolution around the earth, it takes 1 year to revolve the sun. Okay, same as the earth is in a revolution around the sun, it takes 1 year. So it takes 1 year to revolve the sun around the sun. It takes 1 day to rotate on its axis. Same as it is in a revolution around the sun, same as the moon, our moon is in a revolution around the earth. Okay, same as the earth is in a revolution around the sun, also the moon is in a revolution around our earth. Okay, it orbits the earth. It takes how many? It takes maybe 27 days, okay, or 29 and a half days. What happened here? Here it is. The sunlight, and when the sunlight comes to the moon, it reflects the light to the earth. Means the moon doesn't have any light. Moon, it is a dark object. It doesn't have any light, okay? What happened? It takes only the light from the sun and it reflected to our earth. It takes only the light from the sun and it reflected to the earth. Okay, it reflected to the earth. We can see the moon in daytime sometimes, and we can see it, of course, in the nighttime. Here it is the different shapes of the moon. We called it phases. What is the meaning of phase? Only the part that get lighted by the sun, we will see it. Means this is only the part that get the sunlight and reflected to our earth. So this is the phase of the moon that we can see it in our earth only. Okay? I have here half of the moon is lighted. So I can see only the half of the moon in my earth because only this half will reflect the sunlight to me. I have here maybe third, okay, of the moon is lighted from the sun. So I can see only this part in my earth. Why? Because only this part that get sunlight and reflected to me. So those called phases of the moon. Does the moon have the same phase? No, it has different phases. Look here, this is very small, then become half, then become more than half, then become a full moon. Okay, from the other side it is very small also, then half, then third, fourth, okay, then full moon. Okay, so the moon will have different phases. Phase means the lighted part. Phase means the lighted part from the sun to the moon that give me the shape of the moon. Okay, here it is also the phase. I have first quarter, full moon, third quarter, new moon. It takes maybe 27 to 29 and a half days. Okay, so I have new moon. New moons, maybe it is a small, a very, very small part of from the moon is lit or no part is lit. Okay? No part is lit or a very, very small, we cannot see by our eyes. Okay? Is lit or no part is lit. Then what will happen after 1 week? The first quarter will be lit. So the first phase will happen here in the first quarter. Then after 2 weeks, the full moon, okay, all of it were lit by the sun. Then after 3 weeks, okay, the third quarter will have again. Then after 29 days, there is no moon again. This is how the phases happen, okay? Now let's move to this. This is called a lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse. What happened in this lunar eclipse? Let's see what happened. Can you see the moon here? This moon. Moon is behind the earth. Okay. Lunar eclipse happened when the moon is become behind the earth and the earth is blocking the light that comes from the sun. So we said when any object block the sunlight, what will happen? Shadow will happen. Yes. So when the earth is blocking the sunlight from the moon, the shadow of the earth will happen to the moon. Okay? Shadow of the earth will cover the moon. Shadow of the earth will cover the moon. So we can see the moon as this shape, red like this, because it's covered with the shadow of the earth. It's covered by the shadow of the earth because what? The earth in this time, it is blocking the sunlight. Okay? The moon and the earth in same direction. The moon will be behind the earth and the moon cannot, the sunlight cannot reach it because the earth in its way. So the earth will block the way of the moon. So what will happen when some object block the light? It make shadow. It make shadow. So the shadow of the earth will cover the moon. Will cover the what? The moon. Here it is, the area that will have the shadow of the earth. So here it is the moon in the middle. Can the moon have the sunlight? No, it will have the shadow of the earth. So we can see it red like this. Okay, it's called lunar eclipse. It's called this phase called lunar eclipse, or this process called lunar eclipse. Okay, it depends on the position of the moon, the position of the earth, and the position of the sunlight. Sunlight comes, but the moon is behind the earth, so the earth will block the sunlight to reach the moon, so the shadow only of the earth will cover the moon. Okay, and after just little time or a bit time, the shadow will go, then the moon become not like this again. Okay, now what are star patterns? How can we see the star? We can see the star by our eyes, but we can see the stars more, okay, by using the telescope or binocular. Okay, binocular, it is a tool that we can use it to see a stars by use it. Okay, binocular or the telescope. They are the tools that make the stars brighter for us and clearer, and we can magnify the objects that are far, far away. Okay, so stars we cannot see it by our eyes, so we can use the telescope or the binocular. How it is work? Okay, here it is. It's first the light come. Okay, the light come and it reflect to the first mirror, then after reflected it bend from the second mirror then to our eyes. How the telescope work or binocular work? First the light comes from side, then it bend to this mirror. Can you see this mirror? So it reflects, sorry, it's reflect to the second mirror. Second mirror will bend the light, will bend, okay, the light to our eyes. It reflects, okay, here to the second mirror, so it bends to our eyes. So it has inside it two mirrors, okay, two mirrors. It takes first mirror or primary mirror, it takes the sunlight and reflect it to the second mirror. Second mirror will bend the light to a small piece, okay, of eye, so we can see the objects here very clear. Okay, this is how the binocular happen, or the telescope, binocular or telescope. Okay. Okay, now let's talk about the stars. In the past, they used to connect the patterns of the stars together to make a group. So they used to connect the stars together to make a group. So a group of stars that are making a picture together, they called it constellation. Okay, constellation, it is a group of stars seems to make a pictures, okay, or that makes a pattern. Like now, I can make my constellation if I connect those stars together. If I connect one to the brightest one only, I will take it, the biggest and brightest one. Here it is. So I will make here, I made now my own constellation. When I connect the stars together to make a picture or a group together to make a pattern, so I make my own constellation. Okay. In the past, they used the constellation to know their ways, okay, or to tell a stories. Okay. Here it is a kind of constellation. They said they named it, okay, names called Orion. It's called Orion, okay. They said that it is like a man hold his arrows, okay, or so to protect the sky. So he holds his a role or so to protect the sky in the past, okay? This constellation called Orion. Also, they named this one as a Big Dipper or a Little Dipper, or a big bear and a small bear or little bear. Okay, some of them call this constellation Big Dipper and Little Dipper, or a big bear and little bear. Okay, this also a group of a star that make a picture or make a pattern called constellation. Constellation. Okay. Now, here in this picture, it shows for you that the Big Dipper and Little Dipper is in different direction. Okay? Does the stars move or does the sun move? No. It is an important point to know that the sun it doesn't move, stars it doesn't move, but the earth is in rotation on its axis that takes 1 day, and earth also in a revolution around the sun in its orbit that takes 1 year. So because of rotation and revolution, we can see the sun moves or the stars move, but the stars in the same place, the sun in the same place, it doesn't move, they don't move ever and never. Okay? We are the one who move. We are moving in rotation on our axis in the earth, and we are moved in our orbit revolving the sun. That's why we can see the sun is moved or the stars is moved, but no, we are the one who moves, or the earth is the one who moves. Okay, we finished now chapter 15. Thank you.